Hi.
How are you?
Good. I missed
It's good to
you.
look at you. I miss you too.
Good to see you.
It's good to see you. It's good to hug you. They
Yeah.
didn't see that on cam, but it happened off cam.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Thanks. Good to be back.
You're looking very French European.
Does my skin look drier from all the cigarettes, or what do you mean by that?
You're looking just I don't know. How are you? You're jet lagged.
Yeah, I would say I've been better. I have been better. I'm definitely jet lagged, but it was so far it's not as bad as going there, but I think going there I experienced a horrible trauma, so then it just kind of set the trip
Mhm.
on such a bad foot.
Do you wanna talk about it?
Yeah, because honestly, mostly I wanna try to keep it out there as much as I can because I know that it's just such a slim chance that it will ever be found, but, like, I honestly, coming back has been I cried the entire flight home, and then, like,
Mhm.
the first few days when I got home, like, I feel, like I'm being split open, like, I just feel so anxious, so welcome to Disrespectfully
With Katie Maloney.
and Dayna Kayne.
Unapologetically.
We're here to do what we wanna do.
Spilling the tea.
Babe, you're gonna see the power of women, like,
Disrespectfully.
you did not hear. On the way to Europe, I lost my mom's ring, and it was the only thing of hers that I had, and I didn't talk about it online, and I honestly don't wanna talk about it too much here, but the PC version of this is due to some complicated family dynamics. When my mom first passed away, it was almost stolen from me, and there was a time when I didn't know if I would ever see it, even though she wanted me to have it, because she basically had 2 rings, her wedding ring and then the ring I had. Brittany got the other one, and I had that ring. But I finally got it, and it was, like, this really emotional, amazing thing, and I wear it if you've watched this podcast on YouTube, I've had it on in every single episode. I
Mhm.
wear it on my right index finger. I know you know how important it is to me, and it's like the thing about it is the ring itself, like, in the one photo I have that's clear that I've used to kinda put it out there, it looks like it's, like, bigger diamonds than it is and, like, more flawless, but it's actually a really flawed ring. Like, the basket that the main diamond is sitting in, it looks bigger because it's silver and, like, and it
Mhm.
kind of looks it just wasn't very precisely put together, but I really loved that about that ring, and it's probably worth, like, a couple $1,000s. It's not like, they're really low quality diamonds, like, I've talked about my childhood before. It wasn't some, like, Lorraine Schwartz, okay? But for me, it's priceless,
Yeah.
and I don't usually lose things, and, like, I remember having it for takeoff, and I've, like, questioned this now because it's been so upsetting, but a lot of people have been so amazing. I made a TikTok that blew up, and people have been so kind to me and, like, reached out and been really sweet, but obviously there's also been some assholes, and people are like, "If it's so important, why would you travel with it?" And I'm like,
Ugh.
"Because I kiss it before takeoff to ask my mom to keep me safe, and I kiss it when I land to thank her." It's an anxiety thing. I used to be a really bad flyer. It's just, like, what I do, and it's again, I have had many crazy life experiences wearing that ring and have never even come close to losing it. So, like I
It's just something you wear every day. It's part of like an extension of you.
right. On my flight there, I had a layover in Heathrow, and my flight was delayed. So, when I was, like, really nervous as we were landing because I was worried about making my connection. So, I ran through Heathrow. Oh god. Luckily, because of the experience we had in Heathrow, I put every single one of my liquids in my checked bag. There was these ladies in front of me who they were just doing the same thing they did to you.
Mm.
Probably the same lady. I was like, "Katie Maloney sends her regards." But because of this, when your basket gets pushed to the side because 'cause they're gonna look through it,
Mhm.
there was a huge traffic jam and they weren't moving the basket, so all I had was my coat and my Longchamp bag. And again, I'm sitting there and I'm starting to sweat. I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna miss this fucking flight." And then finally mine came through, grab it, and then my gate wasn't up yet, figured out my gate. I go to my gate and I was standing there and it's like, I can feel it right now, even though it's not on my finger, and you just wear something all the time and it's so important to me that I was, like, sitting there and all of a sudden when I calmed down, I immediately went like this, and I'm sure that I was just, like, ghost white. And, like, I texted my sister immediately and was like, "Mom's ring is gone." And she was like, "No, it's in your bag." And I'm like, "No, because I travel so specifically and I have the place I keep my jewelry. And if I ever took it off my finger, which I would not do, I would have put it in the bag with my other jewelry." So I knew immediately that it was something happened. But, like, one of the hardest parts about this is I am just befuddled. Like, I don't understand. I still I it happened somewhere between the plane and Heathrow. There was nothing I could really do when I was getting on my flight from Heathrow to Copenhagen. I talked to the attendant
So you
there.
had it when you landed?
No, I don't know.
Oh.
So that's the thing, is I don't know, and I regret saying this on that TikTok, but, like, when my hands are freezing cold and wet, it has slipped before, but it has only ever fallen off my finger one single time. It was
Mhm.
the right size. It's only when my hands are really cold and wet. So I was, like, trying to make sense of it, and people kinda ran with that, but that's the thing about me talking about the lateness of my flight, is that I can't be sure. I cannot be
Mhm.
sure if I had it when I landed. I can't be sure, I was, like, running through the airport. So, I just don't know what happened. Like, it's so devastating, and just, like, at this point, I've filed claims with British Airways, and again, the people that came from my TikTok, I talked about a flight attendant that I met on the flight and, like, befriended. People reconnected me with her. She was helping me. She was like, "This is in all the British Airways groups. Everyone's looking." They checked the actual plane. They found it, and it went to Manila after, and they literally the crew that was going to Manila with it checked it, and they didn't find it, and I filed claims with LAX just in case, and with Heathrow, I put it out there on social media. I kind of just have done everything I can at this point, so
So is there a time you can remember looking down, touching it, seeing it, like, the last moment?
honestly, I this is what I was telling my sister too. What is bothering me is I have such a good memory. I have, like, clear memories of always kissing it, but I I don't have that clear memory. Like, I the last time I completely remember is right before I went out to my Uber, and I almost put it in the Ziploc bag, and then I was like, "No." And what's weird is I had an old coworker once say to me, because I was telling him the importance, and he was like, "That's so much pressure, like, what if you lose it? Why don't you put it in a safe deposit box?" And I was like, "It was meant to be worn." Like, I it
Mhm.
makes me feel closer to my mom, and, like,
Yeah.
in my journey with anxiety since she died, I like, it brings me a lot of comfort, and, for some reason, that flashed into my head, and I thought about putting it in the Ziploc bag, but I was like, "No, it's safest with you. You always have it on." And then that's the last time I
Mm.
remember seeing it, and then the next time I just was standing there and I didn't even look down. I could just feel that it wasn't there, and then I grabbed my hand.
So, I mean, it could be anywhere from that Uber to a plane.
To another country across the continent.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
I reached out to the Uber too. I'm seeing a psychic on Halloween that I didn't do that to be like, "Woo!" But this person told me this specific psychic helped her find 2 rings, and so I decided why not, and there was just their first available appointment. So,
wow.
look, right now, it is what it is. Like, I was also so upset because obviously I've been so excited about this trip with my sister, and I was glad I was heading to Brittany. So at
Mhm.
least I was there with her. Like,
Yeah, no, thank God.
I was really grateful for that, but I, like, literally cannot explain to you how much I cried on this trip, and it was, like, the first 2 days. I don't think I gave Copenhagen a very fair shot because I was just so distraught about the whole thing, and, like, if I wasn't gonna smoke before, I was certainly smoking then. Because let me tell you, those European cigarettes were fab, and they definitely got me through. But anyway, the only reason I'm not trying to bum anyone out, that I wanted to put it out there on the podcast in case they hadn't seen it is, you know, in the off chance that someone sees something, I'm gonna keep looking at pawn shops. I'm, like, reverse Google image searching it.
That's all you can do. But that's great research to be doing because I mean, let's say someone did find it and they're like, "I don't know whose ring this is, but I'll hang on to it." Hopefully, they're not an evil person and just trying to, like, keep it. But let's say they somehow it comes across their face and they're like,
Yeah, so
I hope."
here's the things, people were saying, like, "Why don't you offer a reward?" And that kinda makes me wary because it's like, I don't know. I don't totally feel right about that, and also, I don't think that's what my mom would want, and, like, it's weird to me. If it is with someone who finds out about me, they will return it to me, and if not, they can pawn it, and hopefully I find it. Like, I just think there's something,
Mhm.
do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it motivates
Ho
also people saying that they have it when they don't, like, I don't know. It's
Yeah, and also just, like, it what whoever's hands it ends up in, if they eventually see it, they do the right thing.
and it which is, again, why I put it out there, but if they don't know, like, honestly, if someone pawns something, I don't think they're an evil person. I think that people who usually pawn things are in a bad way or a bad
Mhm.
situation, so I hope that if it is
Mm.
I hope that if it, was something where someone pawned it, that it was like that they really needed the money and whatever, and then or if someone finds it, I just hope it goes to like a special person that like needed to feel but it's such good energy attached to it. So like I just hope either way if someone finds it that either it finds its way back to me or it finds its way to someone that should have it.
Well, you should have it.
I know, but if it can't come back to me, ugh, that's where I'm at. It's like
I know you. I know it's hard, but
anyway, other than that, the trip was awesome. Had a great time. Can I have a tissue, please?
break my heart.
And I'm also acutely aware that it's like, Kim, people are dying. Like, yes, I know, trust me. But it's just, I just can't explain. Like, anyone who's lost someone who's had anything of theirs that means something, I'm sure can understand,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm just so mad at myself also. And
No.
just, like, I'm mad that I painted the trip. And me and my sister did have an amazing, amazing time. And I guess I should talk more about
Yeah.
that.
So, what was like the favorite part? I'm not gonna ask you the worst part, like your least favorite part, because we know that. But
on
like,
one of the last days, Brittany was like, "What was your peak and what was your pit?" And I was like, "Why don't you go fuck yourself, Brittany?" Hey, I have a question. Do you know if you're getting enough magnesium? Believe it or not, 4 out of 5 Americans aren't, which is why we're all so tired, and I used to be one of them.
same here. I lie awake at night and my mind be racing about all the things I had to do the next day, which left me feeling completely exhausted the next morning. And my productivity would completely tank, and it just became this vicious cycle.
That's when I found Magnesium Breakthrough. Ever since adding it to my nightly routine, I've been able to calm my mind, fall asleep faster, and wake up feeling genuinely refreshed and ready to face the day. It's been a game changer for me.
What makes Magnesium Breakthrough different from all the other supplements is that it contains all 7 forms of magnesium.
I didn't even know. I thought there was one before this.
No.
There's 7.
There's 7. Most magnesium supplements only give you 1 or 2 forms, but this one delivers everything your body needs. It doesn't just help you sleep better, it also helps you keep calm and grounded throughout the day, which is an absolute must for me.
And the best part? It comes with a 365-day money-back guarantee. So if it doesn't work for you, you can get a full refund. No questions asked. There's literally nothing to lose and everything to gain.
So if you want to sleep better and feel more relaxed, head over to BiOptimizers.com and use promo code disrespectfully to get 10% off your order. And if you subscribe, you'll get even more discounts and free gifts, which we love. Trust me, your body will thank you.
If you're looking for the perfect place to shop for the men in your life, whether it's your partner, brother, dad, or just your friend, Huckberry is seriously the ultimate destination.
Oh, for sure. Huckberry is the one-stop men's shop for stylish, adventurous, and active guys. They make it so easy to find the highest quality apparel, footwear, and gear, all carefully curated for some of the coolest up-and-coming and heritage brands out there.
It can be tricky to shop for men sometimes, but Huckberry takes all the guesswork out of it. They offer handpicked products that any guy would love, whether he's all about that, city life, loves outdoor adventures, or maybe a bit of both.
Totally. They have everything from rugged, refined outerwear to everyday essentials, making it the perfect spot for gifts that are both thoughtful and practical.
So head over to huckberry.com/disrespectfully so they know we sent you. You'll find some of our favorite picks there.
Yep. Remember, Huckberry is your go-to men's shop for highly curated, top-quality apparel, footwear, content, and gear. They're the only fashion and outdoor retailer that nails the vibe of a guy who works in the city, but escapes to nature whenever he can.
There's something about fall in LA that makes me want to refresh my space. Maybe it's the fact that we don't really get a fall, so I have to make my place feel like one.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I'm in the mood to just cozy up at home, I go straight to Jenni Kayne. Seriously, their pieces are California-inspired perfection, and they just scream effortless style.
The second the weather drops below 75 degrees, I'm like,
brr,
sweater weather. It's time to light that candle. And Jenni Kayne's home essentials make it so easy to create that cozy vibe that we all crave.
Right? Their throws, absolute must-have. It's like a hug for your soul.
And let's not forget the candles.
I didn't forget the candles. How could I forget the candles?
I've got one for every room because they smell so incredible. It's hard to pick a favorite, honestly.
Oh, same. And their pillows, talk about instant cozy. I just got a few and they add the perfect touch of texture to the living room.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
You know, we're all gearing up for a holiday hosting soon. I love it. And Jenni Kayne has everything you need to make your space feel ready. Their Pacific dinnerware collection, luxe, but also super durable, perfect for when you're hosting, but also for everyday use.
And the best part is, our listeners get 15% off their first order when they use code disrespectfully. That's 15% off at jennikayne.com, promo code disrespectfully. Curate your dream home with Jenni Kayne.
So let's talk about Caraway. Honestly, such a game changer for my kitchen. I love knowing that their cookware is non-toxic and free of all those dangerous chemicals. It gives me peace of mind while I'm whipping up meals.
Absolutely. With the holidays coming up, I'm planning on using my Caraway set for all the hosting. I can already picture it. Gathering friends around for a cozy dinner and delicious soups, maybe some baked treats.
Oh, for sure. Fall is in full swing, and I've been using my bakeware set to make some sweet treats like little pumpkin bread. It's a perfect way to get into that seasonal spirit without the worry of toxic chemicals leaching into my food.
I love that. And let's not forget about the Dutch oven, because we could never. I've been making the coziest stews in mind. It's become my go-to comfort food. I was recently called weird for my love of stews. I don't think I'm weird. I think there's a lot of stew lovers out there.
No, I
Who doesn't love a stew?
I love a stew, right? I honestly think it's the best investment for anyone who loves cooking. So many people just buy one pan to test it out, but then they end up regretting it when they realize they need the whole set. The Caraway cookware set comes with everything: saute pan, fry pan, Dutch oven, saucepan, and all with lids, canvas lid holder, and a magnetic pan rack for storage. You save $150 by getting the set instead of buying each piece individually.
Rich. Talk about looks. Plus, their ceramic coating means you can ditch the chemicals entirely. The amount of forever chemicals that are probably just shellacked to the inside of my body from before I was using these pans is so upsetting.
Yes.
It's great to know I can cook healthy meals without worrying about hard to pronounce ingredients leaching into my food.
No more leaching. Exactly. Over 65,000 people have rated their Caraway kitchen products 5 stars, and it's time for our listeners to try it for themselves.
Visit carawayhome.com/disrespectfully to see all of our favorite products and take an additional 10% off your next purchase. This deal is exclusive to our listeners, so don't miss out. Use code disrespectfully at checkout.
That's Caraway, non-toxic cookware made modern. What was the best part? What was your...
Okay, so in Copenhagen, I really loved Rosenborg Castle. It was just stunning. And Copenhagen is beautiful in general and so hot. Everyone there is so fuckable.
What did I tell you?
Not to be crass, but I was like, literally, I'm no better than a man. I was literally like every single hot guy and girl that walked by. I'm like,
I told you.
oh, you told me. Tivoli Gardens is super cute. We did it at night and we had some spiced wine. It was great.
Yeah.
We actually ate at some wonderful restaurants too.
How freaky were those rides though?
Couldn't pay me to go on them. I was like, nope, won't be doing that.
I was like, everyone here has a death wish. Cool.
Absolutely.
Cool. Did you see like some of like the really cute like shops and they sell like all like the like they sell like really cute like wool sweaters and like slippers and just
so many cute shops, and Brittany got a bunch of cute stuff for the girls too. And then our favorite restaurant there was called Fisk Bar, and it was, you guys, I felt like it was a staged play because of how the hotness level of every single person working in there. At the end, there was this one server that was like, kind of felt like he was flirting, and Brittany thought he was hot. I was just get mad at me for telling the story, but she like went to the bathroom and was like, so what's your name? Jonathan. And I'm like, I almost was like, my sister thinks you're hot. But then he came back as he was giving the check, and I was like, so are you single? And he just goes, no. And it's a check down, and I was like, well, either he's single or he's lying. But we laughed about that for fucking days of the trip, which was great. But I was like, well, what's going on? Why is everyone so hot in here? Like, what's happening? And he was like, Bizba. Like, I don't know. And I was like, okay. So highly recommend.
Did you have like their like it's like their
smorboard or whatever?
Yeah, it was the fish on the bread. The bread.
I did. It wasn't my favorite, but I don't know if it's because I got the wrong, like there was a salmon one that was really good, and then actually a boiled potato one that I love, but we had a pickled herring that had this like honey mustard type, it was like too sweet with the fish.
Okay, yeah. That's like their like, what do you want to, not like iconic, but like their sort of,
It's
food.
It's
of like Copenhagen or Denmark. That's like what they eat there. It's like a certain type of bread.
Yeah.
Almost not a pumpernickel, not a rye, but something like that. It's like a dark brown bread, and then they do it's like some type of fish with like a mayo mix, and you spread it on there. I think it's great.
No, we had went to a specific restaurant for that, but then
Mhm,
we had it, like, as a side at somewhere else, and I really liked that. So I
mhm.
think it's up my alley, but I just we picked the wrong one,
Yeah, you gotta find the one you like.
but there was, like, an older curmudgeon man working there that I loved who, like, shouted at me basically for being on my phone. So, like, that was all great, but I was, like in Copenhagen, honestly, I was Diane Keaton in Something's Gotta Give? At
Mhm.
the end of it when she's, like, normal, and then she'll just be like, "Wah!" Like, it was very that. So
Oh, yeah.
and my sister, like, doesn't love it when people cry, so she just was, like, dealing with that the best she could, but she was very supportive, and she doesn't listen to this podcast, so she won't hear it, but I love you so much, Brittany, and you were a trooper, and she was crushed for me, obviously,
Yeah.
so she didn't mind that I was keeping her up at night crying, but then we went to Paris. Paris is it rivals Florence for my favorite city I've ever been to.
Oh,
I
yeah.
fucking love Paris. I don't understand when people say they don't like it, like,
I think
what is
it's
not to like?
well, I think because it's just like, oh, it's, like, basic to, like it because it's just
Then call me Emily. I don't care.
no,
I
it's
loved it.
no, I love it. It's just I get, like, swept up in that city, and it's just so fun to be there. I don't know.
I'm
I
like
don't care.
I'm like
I don't give a
fucking
fuck.
chain smoking, and I'm like, "Should we move here?" I like fucking love it. Highlights of Paris, Crazy Horse was the most incredible show I have ever seen in my entire life. It is like the sexiest burlesque, amazing shit that you could possibly imagine. And we had a really fun host who, between the numbers comes out and she was like, "Is anyone celebrating a divorce?" And I was like, "Woo!" And looked at my sister. She made my sister stand up and was like, made the whole room scream, "Brittany's getting divorced. Brittany like twerked. And there was another couple, like, or another gal going through divorce, which was really funny. But it was just like good vibes. We were having so much fun. Arpege, that 3 Michelin star meal,
Mm.
was by far the most special meal I've ever had in my life.
Ooh.
The whole orchestra of just getting to experience a 3-star Michelin meal, this is my first, was like everything about it, the service, the people, it was a 4-hour lunch. Like, the way that they just take their time and you
Oh,
just
yeah.
get everything is just, like, delicious, and then the chef came out and talked to every table after service, which was really cool, and yeah, we just loved her, and then we went to Champagne, got to the train station, and the trains were full, so we took a 2-hour Uber because we didn't wanna miss our tour.
Oh my god.
It was crazy. It was like going to San Diego basically in an Uber, which was a nightmare, but we didn't wanna miss it, so
Mm.
kinda pulled a hijinks there. Trying to think of what else
You went to the fondue, and when I saw the picture, I was like, "Yay, we were there." How
Oh
amazing is that
my
place?
god,
Is it so
it
fun?
was so fun. First of all, like, best fondue of my life. Like, who melted cheese and bread, like,
Making a bread out of melted cheese and bread and
like,
wine.
literally, and wine, and we sat next to this really sweet couple. One was from Palo Alto and one was from New York, and the girl's living where was she? Somewhere in France right now for a year, and they were young, and I was like, "I'm proud of you for doing that, like, good for you," but we were, like, kind of trolling them the whole meal and trauma dumping, but we were all, like, laughing, so I can't tell. I would be curious what their experience was with us, but lots of laughs to be had. They were a great couple to sit next to. I don't know
Mhm.
if the same is for them, but yeah, we baby bottle popped that shit up, and then
Did you get lit? Yeah.
Lit Brit was out, as she should.
Yeah.
My sister doesn't really drink, so when she drinks and lets her hair down, we call her Lit Brit, and I know from across a room, I'm like, "Lit Brit is here."
She's
And she
but
was so
I
fun.
love Marmont. It's, like, such a cute, like, great area.
Such a cute area, the La Marais too, and just I think my favorite dinner besides Arpege and Fisk Bar was La Fontaine de Mars. It
Mhm.
is just the food there is just so goddamn good, and everyone is just for the most a lot of people, I do think a lot of French people hate Americans, but we had a lot of great experiences with yokels, which we love.
Yo
With the yokels?
yeah, no, I mean,
We only got yelled at by one cab driver, but it's a long story. And then finally, the steak and freeze place, what is it called? La Relais Incontournable.
yeah.
So we went there one of the nights. There's a line around it was like a 3-hour wait.
Mm.
So then we're like, let's come back for lunch and we'll go at the opening. Opens at noon. We get there at 11:30. We're like fourth in line. Floor and Rosie are coming to meet us from across town. And I was like, you have to get here right now. I had to use Google Translate to ask the other old curmudgeon if, like, does everyone have to be here? Because it's like everyone goes in at once. They're sat, they flip the service. And he was like, no. And so I went farther back in line and Brittany stayed at our place because we were like trying to make it work. And I was like, they got in the cab and I'm like, if you guys are late, we have to go in. Brittany's gonna get mad at me. I can't like miss these reservations. So it was a fucking nail biter. I was sweating. So all these people are going in front of us. The restaurant's starting to fill and Flora's like, 2 minutes. And then they get dropped off at the end of the block and she sprints like a little fennec fox, runs right to me. Anyway, we got the last 4 topped and it was great. And it was a wonderful meal, and I was so glad that we got to see them. So
you had French fries.
I sampled one.
Oh,
I didn't like it. They were awful. I just, how I feel about French fries, but the steak was. They only do steak and frites. I didn't realize there's no menu. You just sit down, they bring you your starter salad, and then you just tell them how you want your steak cooked. And that is, you would love it. You would love the medium. I had to get rare because it was honestly perfect for me. But
was the medium so pink?
I don't know because no one got it because that would be disgusting. You weren't there, so we didn't.
No, listen, I had steak over the weekend and I got it medium rare and it's great. And it was even like a little more rare than I get it and it's still delicious. So you know what? Maybe I'm coming back around.
Proud of you.
Thanks.
Well, maybe we'll split one next time.
I went to my own little French restaurant meal. So in Vegas.
In Vegas?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, enough about me and my tragedy and trip.
Wait, do you want to do daddy list before we move on?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Who's on your daddy list?
Okay. I have, it's part of when we were young and also one other thing.
Okay.
This, what I'm drinking, is on my daddy list. So Starbucks.
Coffee?
I'm a big fan of Starbucks seasonal creations that they come out with, They really nail it. So they have some wicked drinks. This is the Alfalfa cold brew. It's cold brew and it has peppermint like syrup flavoring. And also it's all mixed in, so you can't tell. But you can tell.
Wait, the witch?
Yeah. What's it?
Alphaba.
Alphaba. Sorry, Alphaba. Alphaba.
You put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable.
I know. Well, you guys, I'm also a dad, and I'll like say I called. What I did something this weekend that I was trying to reference a band that I listen to all the time. They're called the Dangerous Summer, and I called them the Greatest Summer.
Love.
It's like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Alphaba. Okay. I'm such a dad.
I see a little name on that cup. That's interesting.
Okay. Anyways, we don't need to go there. So anyways, so this cold brew with peppermint flavoring, and then also they do a matcha cold foam. It is. Do you want to try it? It is so good.
I have to get it. I'm obsessed with Starbucks creations.
Ooh. So this is on my daddy list.
That's wicked.
Wicked good. So that's on my daddy list. Way to go, Starbucks. And then also I'm putting some of the stuff I saw on it when we were young on my daddy list.
Okay. Shoot.
Of some of the bands. So My Chemical Romance. Okay. So good.
Was that your first time seeing them?
No.
How many times have you seen them?
Oh, in my life? Probably like 5.
I've never seen them live.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. They fucking killed it. So good. They played their whole Black Parade album. So when we were young, like every band was playing an album in full. But they did close with Helena, which is great. Not on that album, but they still did the damn thing.
Their best song.
And then
far.
Pierce the Veil, saw them both days. Fucking Collide with the Sky is like such a fucking fantastic album. Love it. King for a Day is on that album. So Kellen came and performed that with them both days. Yeah. Awesome. Love. Iconic. Obviously Sleeping with Sirens. Killed it both days. Saw them.
Why is that obvious?
I don't know. Because they're great. And then also my boy Buddy in Census Fail fucking knocked it out of the park. He climbed on top of the stage. And then at the end of the set, he ripped his blouse off. It was a tank top, a wife beater.
We met. I mean, you knew him, but we met them they were on the emo cruise, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You my buddy.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're all going on the daddy list because they all fucking crushed it. I mean, so many people did. I can't I made sure. I saw them all both days.
I missed Charlie and When We Were Young for Europe, and again, I'm in Paris and I'm chain smoking. I was fine, but I was very sad to miss that. So we're going next year.
Yeah. Who's on your daddy list?
Let's see. My basement's quite full this week. So it's funny because half of this I wrote before losing my rings and after. So I was so hopeful. I was so arrogant on this trip. Let me tell you guys. I got on row. I was 21C, doors closed. I have the fucking row to myself heading to Europe. I was in my close friends group, just bragging, being like, I'm a king. Humbled real fast. So getting the row to yourself, though, daddy list. Melanie at the wine bar in LA that I was at before I went on my flight, which I probably still had my ring at, stopped me on the way out and was like, I love Disrespectfully. Your guys' podcast is great. She was really sweet. So if you're listening, I'm sure she has seen the saga of how this played out and how happy I was when I saw her. And then the next time I was crying on the internet, which we said I'd never do. But loved Melanie. Georgia, the note I have on here is flight attendant that got me liquored up. But now she became my little saint. She's just such a sweet gal, and I'm glad that I reconnected with her. In Colorado, there is a witch paddleboard festival where hundreds of witches go and paddleboard. And I can't remember what it's called, but I saw it and it's like, why didn't anyone tell us? I'm wondering.
The amount of times I find out about stuff and I'm like, why didn't anybody tell me this? It feels rude.
I would be out there with the pointiest of pointy hats. I fucking love paddleboarding and being a witch. And
Cackling.
I'm like, oh my God, absolutely. So yeah, that's the daddy list today.
Love.
Well, speaking of daddy list, Spirit Heauxlloween sent us something, or Chris, I don't know which one. Should we open this real quick?
I think we need to see what's in the box.
What's
in the box?
What's in the fucking box?
Yes. Yeah, Spirit Christmas is on the daddy list. Spirit Heauxlloween, Spirit Christmas is on the daddy list as well.
Thanks, Leia. Everyone welcome Leia back. She's back from Mat leave.
Back, Leia.
Yeah, Leia.
Okay.
This is a hefty box. Okay.
Oh my God. Oh. Wow. That's fucking sick.
They sent us like tumblers that are bedazzled with blood and bone.
Skeleton.
Can I have this one?
Obviously.
Okay.
This is more.
Mine has blood.
Obviously.
Wait, that's.
Oh my God. I love a nutcracker. I love nutcrackers.
Wait, they're so cute. Are they on their matching? And I love when we're like twins that are getting one of each. Like, I love when people don't expect the twins to share.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, there's gifts.
Wait, should we see what's in here first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we always
this
open
is
the
a giant stock.
I could shove.
You could wear.
I could shove Allison into this and
Wanna
drag her
try?
around.
Okay.
Allison would fit in that.
Oh, it's like wrapped.
A novelty shot set. It's a Krampus one. Merry Krampus.
This light up thing that says ho ho ho.
What did you just call us? Hail Santa, but it's a slutty Grim Reaper.
Dead inside but jolly air freshener.
Wait, all of this? Soy us.
It's all like wrapped. Okay.
Oh my God, who did that?
Kindred spirits cocktails for 2. We can have cocktails together.
So cute. Some ho 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 earrings.
Okay. Oh, there's one thing.
Black skull Christmas. They're like Christmas trees with skulls on them. Oh. Gingerbread house.
Do you like to do gingerbread houses?
Yeah.
Should we have a gingerbread house night?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I love gingerbread houses. I like to get extra candies though to like.
Is this the last thing I have? Oh, wait. Oh. What does yours say?
Santa's favorite hoe. It's so me.
Tits the season.
Tits the season.
Tits the season.
And now I have an ugly sweater too if we go to an ugly sweater party.
I'm dead.
Tits the season is great. Well, thank you, Spirit. Spirit Christmas, Spirit Heauxlloween.
We love you. That's so great.
Obsessed.
Speaking of Christmas, not so Christmas, I saw the craziest movie. And oddly enough, I'm like, this feels kind of like a Christmas movie. Have you heard of Terrifier movies?
Yes.
I saw
Had you never seen it before?
No, but I saw Terrifier 3 and it's like it's like the most Christmas movie I've seen in a while. It's more Christmas than The Holiday. It's more Christmas than like half the Christmas movies that like are technically Christmas movies. It was so fun.
Did you watch one? Have you now retroactively watched 1 and 2?
No, because you gotta like, it's a lot.
Yeah, it's I haven't seen the third one yet.
For anyone that doesn't know, these movies are gory, but they're very like kind of camp too. Like they're like definitely like if you don't mind blood, I mean it's like it's so over the top and like not like real, but like it could be very hard for people to watch that can't handle any of that kind of stuff. But it's really funny. Like Art the Clown is a great like what are we calling him?
Murderer,
Villain,
antagonist,
antagonist, killer.
killer,
Yeah, like
slasher.
compared to like if you want to put him with like the Mike Myers and like Freddy Krueger's and Ghostface of them all, like he should really get his flowers.
No, he should.
He's so good.
I've only seen the first one, but I mean, I love that this is like Christmas. You know how I feel about like a scary Christmas movie. So
This is
just really ties all of our personalities together.
like I was laughing so hard.
They are very gore, but it does feel kind of like Eli Roth. Like, did you see? I mean, all of his movies, but like Thanksgiving, I think came out a year or two ago. Is like that. It's like so much, but it's intended to be over the top. But if your threshold is low, don't go.
Not
That's
yeah,
the phrase
don't.
we
If
ride
like
now.
if you don't want to see someone's like arm get hacked off with an axe or like
someone split in two with a chainsaw.
If with a chainsaw, probably don't want to watch this. But if you can handle it, see it because it's really good and it's like so Christmassy. Or like after like we left, we're like I'm in the Christmas spirit. Not the vibe you feel like after seeing a movie like that, where you're just like feeling cheery and like ready for Christmas. But now I'm really ready for Christmas.
Well, also, curious your thoughts on this because I don't totally get it, but what's with everyone? Because this is, by the way, this is our Halloween episode. We were talking about doing like a little costume or something, but you should be out there listening to this and voting and doing Halloween. And sorry, I was too distraught. But Ghostface, why does everyone want to fuck him? What's going on with that?
You know,
do you think he probably doesn't like to be ogled?
I kind of get it.
Do you?
I kind of get it.
Shut up. Okay, then explain it to me. Why has this always been a thing with Ghostface?
No.
Then what is going on? Why is he a sex symbol all of a sudden?
I don't know. Maybe it's the outfit. It's kind of swaggy.
His cloak?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've seen some like real slutty looking guys that you know really care about their macros and protein intake wearing a ghost face mask and like look like they have Vaseline on. And I'm like, okay, I kind of get that, but then I think in general, I just don't.
Why? What are people saying? What's the like?
I don't know. They're just everyone's alluding to the fact that they want to blow him, and I'm like, I don't know. I just don't. I mean, it.
Without really knowing like what the context of it is, like I'm like I get it.
What Halloween villain throughout history would you most be likely to have sex with?
That's not Ghostface?
Yeah.
Probably Jason.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. I was gonna say him or Mike Myers. They make you feel so petite, you know? You
yeah.
keep the mask on.
The mask.
What if I was like the Saw doll?
Freddy Krueger. What if you're like Chucky?
That's a crime.
He's not necessarily a baby.
No.
He just looks like one.
Wait, who else is fuckable in that regard? I like that Mike Myers doesn't say a lot. Kind of just keeps it. Keeps it.
Does Jason talk a lot? No.
Yeah, I just feel like I feel like such a lady being hoisted around. Who else, you guys? Who are other ones?
Krueger.
Come on.
No,
that man needs retinol. Like
ew,
someone no one has ever
Freddy
need
Krueger's
retinol.
nasty.
He needs.
Huh?
No.
I'm just going down the list.
Who?
Yeah.
Pennywise. Oh, Hannibal Lecter might.
No.
Jack Torrance.
I bet he gives good head.
Oh, you know who's hot as Billy Loomis?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but that's like not necessarily a fair one. Would the Crow count as a scary?
Whoa.
No.
Pinhead.
Pennywise. Ooh. See, no, but like
he'd be really into doggy style though, so you wouldn't have to look at it. You can just tell. Like,
oh yeah.
Pennywise 100% is into like really jackrabbity doggy style. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like your 7 in blue bullshit. I would say, let's see here. Freddy Krueger is definitely like reverse cowgirl because no one likes that. He wants to like
the Babadook.
No.
No, that's a total hear me out.
Wait, actually no.
Babadook is a hear me out.
That slutty little top hat.
He's a he's got that like dandy. The dandy, you know?
Yeah, I think that Jason's a little misunderstood. I think he's a lover boy, so he likes missionary. You just know it.
Oh yeah, no, he lays pipe real nice in the missionary.
Pipe. Yeah. Let's see here.
I like the mask the Jason mask is hot.
Yeah, it is. Mike Myers, he's a slow guy, so he's a slow lover. He just he likes it on the side.
He's
like,
into
both
foreplay.
laying on he's into foreplay and he likes to just both be laying on the side. Like, and he's just like very intense about it. Very slow. Almost too slow.
Who else are we missing? I feel like we're missing out on it.
The Saw doll wants to be pegged. Wait, let's see here. Classic.
Who are we missing?
Classic horror. And I just was worried we'd have something to talk about today. Classic horror films. Carrie makes you come. You just know.
Mm.
A werewolf.
Oh, yeah. Hear me out.
Yeah.
The Babadook likes to blindfold you.
Frankenstein has toys.
Oh no, Frankenstein's into like he's into that like bondage shit.
BDSM. Is what I was
Yeah,
gonna say.
BDSM.
Yeah. But he likes a sub though.
Really?
Do you think he likes to be the sub?
Yeah. Oh, what about Dracula?
Dracula
Whoa.
can get it any day of the fucking week.
He's a passionate.
He'll go down
Lover.
on you for hours.
Absolutely. But be careful, he bites.
uh
You risk it. You risk it.
Dracula, yeah, he's a good lover. Do you know who could get it though?
Who?
Norman Bates.
Oh,
Oof.
ooh, that's a good one.
He might be the top on my list.
He's at the top of your list so he can top you?
Yeah, it might be Norman Bates, Jason.
Nosferatu.
No, he's going to go towards the bottom with like Art the Clown and
Yeah.
Pennywise and Chucky and
Yeah, it's just too many. There's just risk. Edward Scissorhands, who is technically he's a nice guy.
He's not
I
a
know.
killer.
Totally would hook up with him.
But oh my god, yeah. But also, what are we gonna do about those hands?
I don't know. We're gonna
Tie him up.
tie him up. Yeah, Mama can drive.
Yeah, you gotta tie it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he might actually out of them. So I don't know. Maybe some fucking rubber chickens on there. I don't know. Yeah, I love this conversation so much. I guess this is our version of Hear Me Out.
Candyman.
Hot. However,
Yeah.
once, so me and Kate and Raleigh were watching the new version of that. This was years ago, right? And they used to live at this apartment that had these stairs made out of cement. And I was wearing Adidas slides. And I had just been making fun of, it's relevant. I had just been making fun of the movie because I was like, oh, I wasn't scared, blah, 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 blah. And I walked down and I went like this really hard and I scraped the entire back of my heel off. Like, because I was wearing slides on the cement stairs. And the way I actually just was like going through old photos and found the photo of my bloody heel, it was horrifying. To this day, I now walk downstairs like I'm trying to grapevine. Like it is like so traumatizing. So speaking of Candyman and Bloody Mary, did you used to do Bloody Mary growing up?
No,
Really?
I was too scared.
Were you?
Yeah.
Okay. I used to do that shit all the time.
I thought it was true.
It is true. It's terrifying, but like
Did it happen?
I don't know.
Did you see her in the mirror?
I probably made that up in my mind, but and your mind plays tricks on you because you're in the dark and you're like doing it. But like, why did we all do that? Someone had posted this thing about, I can't remember what they're called, but those books. They had the really scary looking man whose head was like a house. It was like scary stories growing up that we all read.
Goosebumps?
Scary stories to tell in the dark.
Yes.
Oh, right.
And I'm like,
My goosebumps.
I also Goosebumps. I loved Goosebumps.
Mhm.
Why were we reading that? Like, who thought that was a good idea?
Who knows? I don't know. I mean, do kids still do that to this day? Like, do you think kids are doing Bloody Mary?
Oh no.
You don't think that
No, they're like
continues?
skibidi toilet. They're like they don't give a fuck. They're just saying weird shit and they're so unserious. They couldn't take it serious. I don't think. What do you think?
I don't know.
No, I don't think that's a thing anymore. I think that's vintage. We should ask. Let's go find a child and ask him, "Hey, you want to play a game?"
Want to play a game? No, I don't think I ever did. I remember like my friends. I remember my friends going in the bathroom and doing it. Me sitting outside, being like, "Oh my god,
Oh, Katie.
something's gonna happen.
Did
Something
you-
bad's gonna happen."
Did you watch scary movies when you were little though?
Yeah, I remember watching like being really scared of like Pet Cemetery and like really scared. It was hard. I couldn't watch it because I like they really affected me when I was young. I had bad imagination or not bad, but like it stuck with me.
No,
It stayed with me. So like
me too. But I watch them. That's why I'm on a mood stabilizer and an SSRI. Yeah, absolutely. I probably should have stopped doing that. Wait, because I feel like we've talked about some of my paranormal experiences because we said this is going to be a spooky episode, but I feel like we should hear about some of yours. Like, tell us about your paranormal because we both have had them. Tell us some of your best. What are your paranormal highlight reel?
mine have always been like, and they still like happen. My mom can corroborate the stories because she's got more than I do, but like she's the keeper of the ghosts.
There was a woman standing over me at our hotel in Paris. Oh,
Sick.
wait, so yeah,
Sick.
it was quick. I thought it
s-
was my sister, but then she walked by and realized it wasn't.
So I won't make them long stories, but like most of my stories have always been like, I guess kind of like poltergeisty, where like ghosts, they want you to kind of like know that they're there,
Mhm.
so they'll do stuff like hide things, and then they'll reappear in like very obvious places after you've torn the whole place apart. Like, I can remember going when I was working for my mom, and we were going into work together. So I drove over to the house. We were gonna ride together, so I just went upstairs real quickly, sat down on the bed while she was printing out the schedule for work. So I had my keys in my hand, sat down on the bed. I got up to use the bathroom, came back, and I was like, "Where are my keys?" The keys like just were gone. And we're like, I only went to one place. I walked upstairs, sat down. Couldn't find them. She's like, fine, we'll get a ride from someone else. I think my brother dropped us off. She came home before I did, and she's like, guess where the keys were? And I was like, where? She goes, on the bed where you were sitting. And so all like, no matter like throughout like life, like she's had the same instances of like stuff going missing and then it ending up in the exact same place where it just was or somewhere else. But it's just like, and it doesn't, no, it's not might not sound scary, but it is really spooky when that happens because you're like, this was not fucking here when I left.
Totally.
It was not there. Like it wasn't in the middle of the table where nothing else was.
Yeah.
And then the others, okay, the one only time I ever saw a ghost is when I first was like dating Tom and he was living with Tom Sandoval. And he had like a desk and a desk chair, like kind of next to like the foot of his bed. And I was sleeping over and I woke up in the middle of the night and I just, like your eyes are open and you're kind of like, okay, like I'm gonna try to go back to sleep. But I look over to the desk in a desk chair and there's like a old man sitting just like with his arms like on the armchair. It's just like not looking at me necessarily, but just looking. And I just was like, I froze in fear. And I was just like, and I just kind of like go back under the covers and close my eyes. I was like, what the fuck was that? And I was able to fall back asleep. And I don't ever like mention this to Tom. I don't want to like freak him out or anything like that. I don't want to freak myself out. Time goes by. We're living in our first apartment together. It's this really tiny apartment. The energy in that apartment sucked. Always. I hated it. I felt like just that there was always something behind me, on me, just really negative energy. I woke up so many times just in the middle of the night, just feeling like this suffocating, terrible energy. One time I woke up, felt like arms pressing down on my chest. I hated it. Tom, like after we had broken up, going through divorce, he told me about a time he saw a ghost in that apartment. And I was like, why did you never tell me? He's like, well, that's why I hated how you talked about how like feeling bad energy in there. And I didn't want you to talk about it because I saw a ghost there one time. I'm like, what did it look like? And he described the same old man that I saw in his apartment. Like, that's your fucking ghost, dude. You brought that shit because I saw that ghost in your apartment with Tom. Anyway, so those are my ghost stories. Sorry I didn't tell it in a very spooky campfire way, but like,
I mean, I feel like they're freaked out. Also, we send them in. We would like to hear your ghost stories. I love a great deal as much as the next guy, but I'm also not about to swim through the Seine just to save a few bucks. Don't tempt me.
No.
It has to be easy, no hoops, no BS. So when Mint Mobile claimed it was easy to get wireless for just $15 a month with the purchase of a 3-month plan, I had to call him on it.
And guess what? It really is that easy to get wireless for $15 a month. Honestly, the longest part of the whole process was waiting on hold to break up with my old provider.
How'd they take it? Right? Switching to Mint Mobile was a breeze. Their website is super user-friendly, making it easy to choose the plan that works for you. The purchase and activation process took no time at all.
Exactly. Plus, you can keep your old phone and your phone number along with all your existing contacts. So it's just so seamless.
To get started, just go to mintmobile.com/disrespectfully. You'll see that right now, all 3-month plans are just $15 a month. And that includes the unlimited plan.
All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network. Seriously, how can you beat that?
You can't. Find out how easy it is to switch to Mint Mobile and grab 3 months of premium wireless service for just $15 a month.
To take advantage of this new customer offer and get your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, head over to mintmobile.com/disrespectfully. That's mintmobile.com/disrespectfully. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mobile.com/disrespectfully.
$45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details. Fall's in full swing, and while our days are shorter, our to-do lists aren't. That's where Green Chef comes in. It's the #1 meal kit for clean eating, delivering pre-portioned quality whole foods right to your door.
With Green Chef, you can enjoy the flavors of the season without any hassle. I love how they include fresh, seasonal, organic produce in every box. It makes cooking feel so much more vibrant and delicious.
Sure does. And you don't have to worry about meal planning or shopping. Everything you need for fresh, nutritious meals is included, and the ingredients come pre-measured, prepped, which saves, I don't know, like so much time.
Plus, with options like Mediterranean meals and customizable plant-based recipes, there's something for everyone. I appreciate how they support whole body health with wellness-focused solutions for every meal.
Let's not forget about the upcoming holidays. You can have clean, feel-good Thanksgiving with all the fixins from Green Chef, featuring organic, free-range turkey, stuffing, gravy, and more.
Exactly. And if you're curious, I recently tried their seasonal pumpkin recipe, and it was a hit. Green Chef just makes everything so easy and delicious.
So if you want to give it a try, go to greenchef.com/disrespectfully50. Use code disrespectfully50 for 50% off your first box, plus 20% off your next 2 months. That's code disrespectfully50 at greenchef.com/disrespectfully50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next 2 months.
Don't forget, it's the #1 meal kit for eating well.
Let me tell you about Good American's Always Fit jeans. Total game changer. You know how sometimes you eat a big lunch or 2 or 3 and maybe enjoy a few drinks or 2 or 3 with friends? These jeans fit like a dream, adapting to whatever life throws at you.
I love that. I've always struggled to find jeans that just fit right. They're either too tight in some places or too loose in others. It's just a complete hassle. But with Good American jeans, I finally found the solution. Their Always Fit denim has this incredible stretch that just moves with my body. It's like they were designed just for me.
Well, they were. They were designed just for you. Good American was co-founded by Khloe Kardashian and Emma Grede, and their mission is all about redefining fashion through inclusivity and comfort. They really cater to all body shapes and sizes, which is just so important.
And their Always Fit denim uses a one-size-fits-4 design. So when your body changes, like after the holidays, or even just day to day, because that happens, your jeans won't need to. That kind of flexibility is priceless.
It's so genius. Why didn't we think of it? Why didn't we?
I don't know.
And let's talk about comfort. These jeans come with a gap-proof waistband and tummy smoothing technology, plus they stretch up to 4 sizes while still holding their shape. It's comfort and style all in one.
They really have styles for everyone too. From skinny jeans to boot cut, high-waisted to cropped, whatever your preference, Good American has you covered.
So if you're ready to experience the difference, shop now at goodamerican.com. Use promo code disrespectfully for $50 off your first pair. And don't forget to select podcast checkout to let them know we sent you. I mean, I have so many, and I've only had one low vibrational energy situation that I think I have talked about in here, but I was in fact attacked by an incubus once, and it was horrible, and it went on for months, and this whole thing happened. It like left a really scary handprint on my really big scary handprint on my leg after like I knew that I wasn't dreaming and had been attacked. Like woke up in the morning, my leg was on fire. I still have photos and videos of it. But when this first started, moved into a house when I was 15, and it's like we later found out that a woman had died in hospice in the home, and then there was this little boy who was haunting me. So when we first moved in, I was confused because the energy felt really mean sometimes, but not evil, just like unpleasant. And then really like not scary, but I was scared of it because it was my first experience with paranormal things. So we called him Alex, and I used to wake up and he would be standing in the same corner of my room. And by the time I'd sat up, he'd be gone. But then years later, I saw him in the window of my house again. This would take me hours and hours to tell. But so I knew it was him. But this one mean lady, we lived in a Rambler. So, it was a small house. And we would go through like the living room area to the family, like the dining room area to where you watch TV and had the family computer. So one night I was going to go on the computer, and I just knew that she lived in that area. I knew it. And instead of going through the kitchen where there was like lights from the outside lighting up, I was like, don't be an idiot. Just go through. What's going to happen to you? And I get halfway through.
Scary movie.
And when your eyes are closed, but you can feel someone standing next to you,
Mm-hmm.
that happened. So I stopped and I went like this. Like I shot my hand up because I could feel it right in front of me. Move my hand really quick and then nothing happened. So I stood there for a second. And then right as I started to walk, she went on my back. Like I could feel not scratching me or anything, just touching me, like doing the same motion that I was doing. I fucking ran through the living room, back through the kitchen, into my room. So things kept escalating. And at that point, they had only happened to me. And I kept telling my mom and my sister and that man that I was like, something's here. I know something's wrong. Like I can feel it. All this shit started happening. So then slowly, person by person, things started happening. So one night I was watching, because I used to lay in bed with my mom every night and watch Nick at Night. We were laying in bed, and next to her TV was her closet in her bedroom, and it was always open. And it wasn't, you could like walk into it, but it was pretty small. And she had this, shelf at the top where she had old like plastic IKEA containers of like clothes and stuff, and they were like to the ceiling. We're just sitting there watching TV, and they go, all four of them, and they hit the other side so hard, like some of the lids come off.
Oh, so they didn't just fall.
No,
They flew off.
Flew. And I sat up and I turned and looked at my mom just like this, didn't say anything. And she was like, okay, fine. And I was like, validated. And then one night, Alex lived in my sister's room and she was home from college. And my sister is so skeptical. She's not like me. I see ghosts all the time. It's still a thing. It's like, and it doesn't scare me anymore. It's fine. They're just want to be seen. Like, it's like how you feel about it.
I always say, listen, it's fine if you're here, but don't let me see you. I can't help you.
Well, yeah, I just shoo them along, but then I just, for the most part, like try not to give it energy, because the more energy you give, the more it's gonna happen. So my sister woke me up one night like 3 a.m, and I was like, "What?" And she was like, "I need to get in bed with you. He keeps turning on the fan." So we had a ceiling fan in my room and her room, and it had like the low, medium, high remote. And even when you manually clicked it on high, it would go a certain pace, and by itself, it would do 3 times so fast it would be shaking. So that happened to her like 4 times that night, and then she was finally like, "Can't sleep," so just got in bed with me, and I was like, "Price of admission to the bed. I need you to admit that I'm right." So,
Price of admission.
anywho, I have
Creepy.
hours and hours, but yeah, tell us your creepy stories. Kind of a right turn, but did everyone hear about the former CEO who looks like a supervillain of Abercrombie and Fitch got arrested for sex trafficking? Just another
No.
very rich, affluent fucking freakazoid. So it says former Abercrombie and Fitch CEO Mike Jeffries arrested on sex trafficking charges. Mike Jeffries, the former CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch, has been arrested on sex trafficking and interstate prostitution charges, prosecutors announced Tuesday. Jeffries was arrested in West Palm Beach. 2 associates, Matthew Smith of West Palm Beach and James Jacobson of Wisconsin, were also arrested in the sex trafficking charges. They've been charged with 15 counts with 15 alleged victims.
Oh my God.
No, it's disgusting. So the documentary that came out about him, and he was the horrible old CEO of Abercrombie that made the comments before that was like, basically I'm paraphrasing, but you have to be skinny and hot or we don't want you wearing our clothes. Like he's awful. And because of those statements, do you remember the Fitch the Homeless movement?
What?
So this kid, after this was a thing, and again, all alleged, but he went around because they would have associates go to like Goodwill and places where, people thrift clothes to pull any Abercrombie products, because they didn't want, they only wanted a very particular consumer. So this kid basically rounded up, like asked for donations of all Abercrombie stuff to then redistribute to unhoused people, which was amazing. Obviously, like they need the clothes, but like fuck you for doing that. Like he was just such a gross
Oh my God.
and horrible to look at, which again, I don't typically talk about people's looks, but if you're an evil, ugly inside out, he looks like a supervillain. Like he could be drawn from a memory easily. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, he was arrested on sex trafficking charges. And I'm like, you have so much money and power and we're a CEO of a major company. Why are you doing that? I mean, why does anyone do it? But what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you just can't do awful, evil things and get away with it, because karma comes for you eventually.
Sure does.
Sure does.
So anyway, let's throw him in whatever cell Diddy's kicking it in. They can have a little kiki. They can have a little kiki for life. Some more reports have come out about people's stories with Diddy's, and like more lawsuits that are coming out. He is just the most evil, like right up there with Harvey Weinstein. Like I hope he gets life. and then some. I hope he never leaves a jail cell again for the rest of his life.
Never sees
Prison.
the light of day.
Yuck.
I can't even read anymore.
I know there was one that Brittany told me about, and she knew that I couldn't handle it, and I didn't read it because I stopped at it, but like curiosity got the best of me. It's so horrible. Like what all these people experience. I hope every single one of them gets justice and he sees his day.
It's just again, they're all just so traumatizing and foul. Like just the drugging, the thing. I just can't.
Well, and also the way that they keep teasing basically all these big names of, people that are going to shock us and whatever. I'm like, name them all. Name them.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one. Name them.
They're never going to.
I mean, they're saying with his trial or whatever. I don't know if that would be an instance in which he's trying to like a plea bargain if he throws people under the bus, but I don't know. Very basement behavior.
Very.
Should we pivot into the
We
basement?
can go to the basement.
We should. Let's go to the basement.
Yeah. Who's in your basement?
I'm in my basement.
You are?
I am in the basement.
Oh.
I'm in the basement this week. The ring and things. Again, it's so funny, like reading my basement that I was like at the beginning of my trip and then quickly escorted myself down there. So trying not to be, but I am definitely in the basement this week for losing my mom's ring. Airlines that have 2 people checking in 100 passengers. When I got to LAX like 3 hours early. I had plenty of time, but they literally only had 2 people checking in. There was this huge line, and I'm like, airlines, get it together. We need a couple more people here. If you
You're prepared for this. It's not like you didn't realize that it was going to be busy that day. It's busy every day.
Correct, especially international. And I gave myself plenty of time, but I was still starting to feel nervous. It was like so frustrating.
Thank God I'm not flying out of the international terminal.
Are you not?
No.
How's that? Where are you flying out of?
Terminal 7.
Oh,
United, baby.
Ugh, so annoying. We've maybe discussed this before, or possibly just in person when we've traveled together, because it pisses me off so bad. People who kiss their shins right to the bag thing before any bags even come out. They basically look like the Who's in Whoville where they're holding hands and singing around the fucking Christmas tree, but their shins are on the goddamn machine. And I'm like, you guys, we do not need to. Everyone, please take 1 foot. Step back.
Here's the thing. If you're going to do that, be prepared to help every person retrieve their bags. Don't stand in the way and just look and watch someone struggle to work their way around you to get their shit while you're in the way. Help them. Then help them. If
help
you're
them or take a nice step back.
If you're there now you are the bag people.
Yeah.
Now you're the one. So
clock in. Clock in. No, I hated that. Quick sidebar. My big carry-on suitcase is this hideous color, and I got it specifically so it would be easy to spot. I go pull it off, and I'm like, this looks a little dirtier than mine. My exact suitcase. Good thing I looked at the fucking tag. It wasn't mine.
Someone else had it?
Yes, this girl runs up to me. She's like, man, I'm like, I don't want your dusty suitcase, ma'am. This is a weird suitcase, and it's happened to be here. So anyway, there was that. There was a girl on TikTok I had a little exchange with. Can't remember her name, but all you need to know about the content of her conversation, she basically was like, doing a video, and she was like, I just think it's funny when all these body positive influencers get on Ozempic, and then it's like, you were just saying you love your body, and now you're on Ozempic. And so I commented on it, and I was like, what exactly are you trying to accomplish here? I'm just curious. Like, I can't remember what else I had said. I was drunk in Paris on lots of wine. And she was like, I just think people should be honest. And I was like, I think that this take lacks nuance and is unkind. I don't have the character allotment that I want to like explain to you why that is. But I promise this take isn't what you think it is.
Also, no one owes you anything.
No one owes you anything. So my point about that is like, and I was like, because I went through her thing and I was like, that's also easy to say what you're saying in a body that society doesn't make you think is unworthy and constantly make you feel bad about. I just think there are sometimes when people press record and post things to the internet that they don't need to, and no person is body positive or not owes you anything about their body. And if there's a difference between a celebrity who gets a facelift and says she's never had any work done, and so what is someone supposed to do? It's weird. Like the whole thing about it was just not.
Well, what's wrong with loving your body at every size, shape, and everything?
Also that,
like, I love my body at this size, and I also love my body at this size.
Right. Also, so because someone loves their body at a bigger size, they can't change it or evolve or like it doesn't. One doesn't have anything to do with the other. Just because someone goes on Ozempic doesn't mean they didn't love their body. And let's say they didn't. What do you want them to say? Like, I don't know. Am I wrong? That you don't get what I'm saying?
No,
It was weird.
I
like-
completely understand it because I see that conversation happening on so many people's profiles in their comment section, and it really infuriates me because I'm just like, this is so like not your business.
Yeah.
Like you can just scroll right away. You can not like the fact that you want to hop on here and preach your little sermon about shit that just doesn't like affect you at all. Period. Like it just is weird. Weird.
My last basementer, my most frequent flyer, Elon Musk. Come on down.
Wow.
Elon doing $1 million a day lottery because he's the richest man in the world, and $1 million a day is literally a coffee to him. It's nothing to sway voters, to get them to vote or whatever. I think that hopefully in years to come, this will set precedent that is so unethical that he is trying to sway voters by offering them a lottery. They have to like be, I don't know, and don't quote me on this, look it up yourself, but either I think registered to vote or something weird. Regardless, someone should not be able to hand someone $1 million for them to be voting. Like it's completely immoral. So
That is so what the
oh, and
fuck?
then he made a joke about the fact that no one has shot Kamala Harris. He said it doesn't matter. She's a sheep. She's a this. So all I'm saying, I don't need her to be shot. It wouldn't matter. Like making jokes about it. Yeah, he is disgusting. And how much more money does someone need? He has all the money that the world is ever going to see, and everything is about money and power. So that doesn't sit right with my soul.
No, I just got a good gross feeling in my stomach about that.
Yeah, probably because you pictured him jumping up and down on the stage. It's really awful.
Yeah, no, every time I picture him, I get a gross feeling in my stomach. But like that just took it up a notch
Awful.
or two.
Who's in your basement?
Well, in my basement, much like discussing people on the internet, I'm, just over it. The internet's my basement.
Oh,
Just
you care to expand?
no,
Okay.
I'm not going to.
Okay.
But my favorite thing is just karma. Anyway, other than that, I don't know if it's kind of more of a conversation piece than this, but like bathrooms in hotel rooms. No one is ever mad that there's like a regular door on the bathroom. No one's ever pissed being like, why is there a whole door that closes on this bathroom? Instead, we get these like little sliding things.
Rickety ass, supposed to be sexy.
These suggestions, these like curtains, this like veil. Like, so, you're in there and it's just like, and again, like even if you are alone in a hotel room, like a door, just a fucking door. Like, I don't know when this became a thing that they wanted to put like saloon doors on the bathroom.
Literally.
Or they're just redesigning the whole bathroom in general, where it's just like, no, we're going to put the sink in the middle of the room. The shower is like just right next to the bed with like just like a privacy strip. And the toilet's just like
an Austin Powers when he's being uncryogenically frozen. It's literally that.
Yeah, it doesn't even have a door. It just is like it's just in a circle. It's just like when did the bathroom become just such an exposed area in a hotel room? Just make it a regular fucking bathroom with a door on it.
Well, those bathroom doors were designed by a man who's never had IBS. He is regular. And he's like, what would be really hot? Like, I know. And also, how they have like the opening to like the bathtub, and I get it. You're like envisioning two people having sexy time, but there's nothing sexy about not being able to very strongly isolate myself when I want privacy in the bathroom. Okay.
Period. I mean, I don't care. Even if you are with your significant other and you do have that kind of like, maybe for 15 minutes you want just like privacy to like, I don't know. Even then, it's just I don't always at all times want to see what someone's doing in the bathroom.
No.
I don't want to hear what they're doing in the bathroom, even if they're just like blowing their nose. I don't need to hear people are deserving of privacy.
When I go into a bathroom, you know what my dream would be? I flick the light on and Slipknot starts playing really loudly. I don't want anyone knowing what I'm doing there.
I know,
where's that?
But when you go in and it's just everything is echoey, and then you got a glass door that just ricochets noise off of it. Like, what the fuck? I would love to have a conversation with whoever started this trend of not putting a regular ass door in the bathroom. Whenever I go, like, when you're staying with a friend, staying with maybe a lover, and you walk in, you're like, please be a regular bathroom. You walk in and you see that door. The first thing I look at is the bathroom door, and I'm like, fuck, damn it, this is gonna suck. Because you're just like, well,
That's a really good
guess
one.
we're getting close.
Are we? But are you putting the actual doors in the basement, or the designers, or both?
I don't all of it.
Yeah,
Get in
exactly.
there.
Yeah.
Take you, your designs, and your bathrooms, and get in there.
Guess what? My basement door locks, and it's quite thick.
Yeah.
so
What's
take it-
next? The bathroom is just in the center of the room. That's the focal point. That's what it feels like. Is this like the bathroom is the focal point of? They just designed the whole room around the bathroom. Like, how about we like work on the beds and the pillows? How about we get some more pillows on the bed?
Yeah.
We're not doing that.
Yeah.
We're just focusing on like what kind of door or lack thereof we're putting on the bathroom.
They go to the sandpaper surplus for their sheets. Just like open potty theme. Like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. You
It's
know,
a really good one.
Anyways, fuck that shit. Put some bathrobes in there. If we're gonna make this like a bathroom thing, you know, let's get some nice bathrobes in there. Let's work on like the shampoos. Let's, you know, but no, they just want to make it as like
Unsexy as possible. They want you to feel fear. They want to. And speaking of Halloween, they want to strike fear in your body if you have to go potty.
fear in your body if you have to go potty. That's their motto. All right, well, that's it.
Well, happy Halloween, you guys. We hope you eat candy and dress slutty or cool or interesting and have the best time. Watch scary movies. Go
Yeah.
vote. Please, God, for the love of fucking God, vote.
Dropped my ballot in the box today.
I did it yesterday. I came right back from Europe to fight evil. So it felt really good about that.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay, I think that's it.
That's it.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Babe, you're gonna see the power of women. Like, disrespectfully.